Hey lippy lovers, welcome back. We're getting a jump start on spooky season. I'm gonna be showing some Halloween looks here on my channel, starting off with this sexy version of Beetlejuice. Say my name 3 times. What do you guys think? I'm gonna do this how I do my tutorial Tuesdays, where I do a voiceover while I'm showing my tutorial. That way it's just faster, it's not as long for you guys. This costume is actually super easy. You just need a green wig, and I used like a turquoise wig and adjusted my colors accordingly. And then a striped shirt, you really just need like stripes, because Beetlejuice is the classic black and white stripes. Let me know in the comments what you are planning on being for Halloween, or what you're forcing your small child or animal to be. I wanna know. I'm still undecided. So we'll see. Maybe I'll find my costume while I'm doing these Halloween looks for you guys. Beetlejuice is one of my favorite movies. It's such an iconic Winona Ryder movie, you know, before she was the girl from Stranger Things. And the music, it's just a good jam. I'm just really feeling this costume, you guys. Keep watching to see my Beetlejuice makeup tutorial. First, I'm gonna start with priming my skin. This is gonna be really important to use a good primer because I want my skin to be flawless and smooth, especially with all that white makeup on it, which is coming next. This took me so much white concealer, you guys. I would, if I was doing this over, use a product that's designed for large areas, because normally I use this to mix with my concealer to make it lighter. This is kind of a mixing medium and not really meant to cover your whole face, although, I mean, it works. It's just not ideal. I would use something that's actually designed to be for full face, some costume, stage makeup type things. I don't recommend going to the Halloween store and using those products on your skin, because those can be really harsh. But I would look into professional performance cosmetics if you're looking to cover your whole face. I opted for a beauty blender because I felt like it would give me better even coverage, and I would actually be able to get it on faster since I would have a biggest surface area. Just be sure to get it as even as possible. I decided to take off all of the makeup that was on my lips because I felt like it looked weird. Okay, moving on to the eyes. So I'm using the purple waterproof ShadowSense for this look. I'm starting off with this in the crease, and this is gonna kind of be my base for everything. I'm gonna do this as kind of a smoky eye. So starting off with this purple, this is my base and gonna be the color that you see all the way around the eye. So I'm just layering and blending. Sometimes these purple shadows are hard to work with, so using a mix of a patting motion and a blending motion is the best way to apply. You'll notice that I'm going all the way into the inner corner. So Beetlejuice is dead, so he has these black sunken in eyes like a skull. So I'm trying to recreate that with this purple. So I'm really over exaggerating the eye look here. Next up is Deep Plum. So I'm just going straight on the lid here because I want a lot of color payoff. And I'm blending in with a patting motion and with a blending motion. This color is a little bit tricky, so I had to be really careful not to lift my other ShadowSense color off. Now I'm also going under the lid and on top of the lid just to give a little bit more depth to that sunken in look. We're gonna be getting darker as we get closer to the lash line, just like with a conventional smoky eye. So we're basically taking that smoky eye look and making it 10 times more dramatic to mimic the look of a skull. So I'm really packing this on there because I want it to be really dark, but also blending in the crease so that it looks flawless and bringing it all the way around the eye. Now for the black. I'm using Onyx ShadowSense close to the lash line here, and I'm gonna be packing this on, really blending up to the crease, trying not to go above the crease though, because I don't want to cover up too much of what we've done since black is such an intense color to work with. So this pattern of having a transition color, a second transition color, and then a really dark color next to the lash line is a typical smoky eye. So you could do this for every day with normal colors, but just tone it down a little bit. So I'm buffing a lot, and I wanted to make it not as dark and intense, so I added a little halo here with the silver shimmer and violet mixed together just to give it a little glam vibe. So when you do a halo, especially with a color like this, you want to make sure you're blending on the sides like you see me going back and forth and doing here. Just keep going back and forth and make sure those edges are super blended in any halo look. To line the eyes and create a really dramatic wing, I'm using a felt tipped liner. I find that these are easier to create a wing with because you kind of have a built-in stencil with the tip of the felt tip liner. I'm going in with the Black Eye Sense to line my waterline here on the top and the bottom. Since I have hooded eyes, I normally do not line all the way around, but of course for this look, I'm lining all the way around on the top and the bottom underneath that felt tip liner. Now I'm going to be applying my lashes, so I have to prep my eyes with some mascara to make sure that they blend in. I'm going to take some piecey looking lashes and actually put them here on my bottom lash line, and then use my Ancash lash on the top lash line here. I forgot to film the other side, so you guys will have to forgive me. This was a little tricky. Now I'm going to go in with Smoked Topaz ShadowSense to do a little bit of a contour. So I wanted to keep this kind of subtle, but I didn't want to use, a normal flesh tone. So I'm using Smoked Topaz since it's kind of a gray green and it fits in with that dead look. I'm really trying to mimic a skull makeup look, but more subtly, just because we're following the theme of Beetlejuice being dead. So I'm showing those sunken, hollowed cheeks and going a little bit lower than I normally would to kind of show the contour of where those bones actually are, almost like I'm doing a skull and crossbone look here. I also threw in a little shading on the bottom of the jawline to make it look more snatched. For my brows, I'm mixing together green and turquoise ShadowSense. This is going to be a lot closer to how my wig actually looks instead of using the typical neon green that Beetlejuice wears. This is going to be a little bit more of an updated, more dark kind of sultry version. So I wanted to have the green match my hair. So it's more of a turquoise green. I'm just going in really carefully with a flat liner brush. This one's angled, so I find that it's a little bit easier to control. I really just filled in my natural brows here. I didn't really deviate from the shape, except I went a little bit more arched to make it more dramatic. I honestly think my brows are the favorite part of the look for me because I love this color. I kind of want to do a full look. Now moving on to the lips. I actually couldn't decide if I wanted to do black or purple, so I decided to do both. So I'm starting off with a layer of Blackberry LipSense. This is going to give the purple like a really rich background and make it pop a little bit more, make it a really unique color. With LipSense, you of course need 3 layers, so I recommend making your bottom layer always the darkest because that way you're not going to overpower a lighter shade. So I started off with the Blackberry, got it super even, and then did 2 layers of the Violet Volt on top. You can tell when I apply the violet that it's not as vibrant as it normally is, but I love how much the Blackberry really deepened it and made it super sultry. Now I'm applying Opal Gloss. This is such a gorgeous gloss and it really made that purple pop. For a highlighter, you can throw on any white-based powder highlighter. Now in the movie, Beetlejuice has kind of like these green rotting places, so I'm actually gonna go in with that same ShadowSense mix I used on my eyebrows to throw on some moldy places on my skin. So I chose to put one right by my mouth, up above my contour, and then on my hairline on the top, and one down on my neck. And I wanted to throw on some glitter on top of it to make it a little bit more glam, so I'm using Palm Glitter ShadowSense. When you use your finger to apply, you actually get more glitter left behind than you would if you used a brush to apply. Fun fact. Now it's time to get my wig on. So I'm going to braid my hair in 2 French braids here. This is gonna be easier to put the wig cap on and be flat because I have a lot of hair, so I have to put my hair up like this anytime I wear a wig. It's really easy to braid yourself once you get practice, so you can look up YouTube videos about how to braid your own hair. It actually is not as hard as it looks, you guys. So once I get this done, I'm going to pin it up on the top of my head with some bobby pins and then throw on a wig cap. This will give my wig something to hold on to. Now I'm gonna switch shirts real quick before I put my wig on and throw this bad boy on. So I like to go from the front to the back and then flip it up. Then you can adjust the hairline, the part, all that jazz, and make sure that you apply the clips into your head because then your wig won't come off. Now let's check out how it looks all together. Did I scare you? What do you guys think of the final look? As always, I'm gonna shout out our viewer of the week. Hey girl, hey! Thanks for being one of my amazing viewers. Make sure you guys go show her some love in the comments. Give her a thumbs up, give her a heart, give her a subscribe, all the things. Remember, to be my viewer of the week, all you have to do is be subscribed to my channel and leave me a comment below so that I know that you watched. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and give me a subscribe so you don't miss out on any more of my new videos. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace out, Girl Scouts. If you haven't seen my Tuesday tutorial from last week, you can click to the right to check it out, and you can click below to subscribe to my channel. Make sure you tap the bell so you get my notifications. Tweezers to apply and just setting it down right onto my lash line while I look down into a mirror. Okay guys, here is the final look. What do you think?